So I was born in Australia, in Werribee. When I was a kid, I just played a bunch of games. So pretty much growing up, I moved from game to game. I mostly played on consoles when I was smaller, but then I eventually got into PC gaming. And once I was into PC gaming, I didn't go back. But I would move from game to game for like, I think it was like 5 years where I was playing a bunch of different PC games, and eventually I landed on League. And that's the game where I just never quit. Like usually games before that, I'd always get bored and just quit, but with League, I stuck with it and I just naturally got good, I guess. I didn't really have goals to become a pro or anything because being a pro wasn't actually a thing back in the day when I was playing a lot, so it just sort of happened. So when I first started, I joined like a really old school team. It was one of the first teams in Australia. It was, at the time, it was called Carnage/Gamecom. They were moving from like sponsor to sponsor really rapidly, so we didn't really have a team name until we joined. I think it was a European brand called My Revenge. They hosted like a bunch of different teams across a bunch of different games and multiple regions. So I was on that team with a bunch of well-known players back in the day. Some of you might remember them, but I played with Nguyen, Minky, Swiper, Dale. It's just old school players that a lot of the old school people would remember. And from there, I moved on to Frenetic Array, which was a lineup that became Dignitas and then Immunity. And from Immunity, I moved on to Legacy Genesis, and from there I've pretty much been a Legacy player, but I did spend a year in Japan. This was coming off of an OPL ban, so my team at the time, which was Legacy Genesis, we got picked up by Trident, but I got banned for account sharing for one split. So during that one split, I was just playing solo queue and I managed to hit rank 1. And then I got contacted by a Japanese challenger team and they were like, oh, we'll fly you in, we'll pay for your accommodation, we'll buy you food, and we'll pay you to play in a Challenger series if you like just carry us because you're rank 1. So I was like, at the time I wasn't too sure on it as a decision for myself. I didn't think like, where's my career going to go after this? But I was mostly thinking like, you know, I can spend half a year in another country, get some life experience, it'll be fun. Not many people will get to do this. So I ended up going through with it.
We'll get two. Claire is unstoppable.
To be honest, going into the first game, it was a bit of a question mark. I wasn't sure where we sat against the rest of the regions. But going on stage, I didn't feel too nervous or anything. I didn't feel pressured. And as soon as we started off the game with like the free first blood at 1 minute, I was just full of confidence after that.
Wow, Legacy's #1 fan. Wow.
Only is #1.
Jordan Middleton's #1 fan.
Alrighty, but Jordan doesn't have a comment yet.
It feels pretty natural to me. I mean, I was the face of Genesis, so I'm used to being the face of the team, but now, like when I think about it, it just feels natural. Like I don't really think like, oh, Legacy is such a big brand, I'm representing it like as the face. I don't see it in that way. I'm mostly just focused on like, yeah, I'm in charge of my team, I'm in charge of our success, and I have to lead us to victory, so I don't really feel anything different from it.
브랜던이랑 되게 지금 아마 가장 친하게 지내는 걸로 알고 있고, 아마 브랜던이랑 장난을 되게 많이 치는 것 같아요, 이 팀에서. 친하게 지내고 있지만 서로 간에 게임을 할 때는 이제 분위기 잡으면서 아닐 땐 아니고, 이제 또 스크린 끝나면은 이제 서로 재밌게 즐기고 하는데, 아마 게임적인 부분에 있어서 브랜던이 이제 게임을 잘 알다 보니까 저랑 이렇게 부딪히는 일은 많이 없어요. 그리고 이제 브랜돈이 게임 끝나고 나서도 저한테 장난치고 저도 브랜돈한테 장난치는 게 이제 서로 간에 좋으니까 전 좋은 것 같아요. 그래서 되게 브랜돈이랑 아마 이 시즌 끝나고 아마 호주에 없어도 계속 좋은 관계를 유지할 것 같아요.
Alright boys, this is our opportunity to do it for us, yeah? It's what we've been working for all week. We need to do our bit for the team, right? 1-1, that's the score we're after, yeah? 1, 2, 3, Legacy!
But that was beautiful by Ascension.
I think this may actually be enough time for them to keep pushing. G4 wants to find Claire. Claire has to do a miracle amount of work right now. Stop them from ending this game. He needs to stop them and somehow not die.
Well, he puts the bubble down. Is going to try and get a
He's
kill.
got one.
Claire! Damage is dirty. Lloyd chasing him.
slapped
Bubbles
him.
connected. Claire's going in. Cat Claire gets the shutdown. Lloyd's alive. He's burning up. Claire, that was beautiful.
Claire now in a 1v2 gets the recall off. He may have just done it. They needed a miracle. He gave them everything and more. He saves the game.
Holy moly, Claire. I cannot believe I just saw that much damage. Oh my God, Claire, what are you doing? He's actually going in. Oh, Rocky manages to get him with the apprehend, but that's a lot of burn on. He's chasing for the bubble. Goes a little bit wide, but G4 gets himself a stun, but the rest of the team are there. Vanguard's edge. G4's gone over. I think he's overcommitted for the moment. Claire gets the shutdown and only follows up.
Claire may have just won the entire game for Legacy. The absolute hero. Captain of the side. They'll go over to the Baron. Sells to the Elder. What will Legacy do?
That's going to be a bubble on to the Dragon. It's going to get melted down. Claire! That was absolutely beautiful. Rocky's going to steal away and Claire's going to get himself a kill. A two-man knock-up is there though.
Lloyd's
as
still
G4's
alive.
diving in. Lloyd is still alive and G4 is bleeding out on the back end of the fight. Del Payne is melted down for a double kill by Claire. He's going all the way for the triple. He's trying to get the paddle star and it's a triple kill to Claire.
Claire actually wins everything for Legacy. The game is theirs. We're going to 1-1 in this series.
Absolutely beautiful play by Claire and the rest of Legacy. OPL tie up the series.
The first 15 minutes was so good and then I just didn't know what to do. I don't know how to survive. Yeah.
To be honest, I don't remember how I was feeling in the game. I guess I was in the zone. I think that's what happened. Like I got into the zone in the middle of that game. I just remember not feeling, I didn't feel nervous. I didn't feel like my hands were shaking. I couldn't hear the crowd. I didn't feel like I was overthinking anything. I don't remember anything physical or like outside of the game in that moment. So I guess you could say like I was in the zone that game, and that's what happened pretty much. So when that play happened, I literally don't remember what happened. I just remember I was playing the game and like I wasn't even really thinking. My hands were just pressing the buttons and making the plays for me. So I didn't hear the crowd at all. I didn't even remember if my heart was beating or anything. But I remember when we were hitting the Nexus, that's when I started to realize like my hands are shaking. So it was after the game was pretty much over when I started realizing what was happening to all my senses. Overall, it's a very positive experience. We gained experience as a team. We learned a lot about ourselves, our strengths and weaknesses from scrimming these other teams. Individually, I'd love to just win OPL. When I say win OPL, I'm not thinking about going to Worlds or anything. I just want to win domestically first. I just want to beat all the other Oceanic teams and be #1. And then I can think about like winning play-in stage or performing well at Worlds, but that's individually my goal. For the team, I'd say a lot of them say separate things when they're asked like what their goal is, but I think ultimately our goal as Legacy is to just be the best domestically at the moment. I think that's what we want to achieve, and that's what we're practicing so hard for. When we're not performing well, I don't feel pressure as in like, oh, I'm the captain, I have to bear the burden for our underperformance. I feel more annoyed at myself, like why can't I win? Like why aren't I able to win? So I never really think about like, I never get upset at us losing as a team. I never think like, oh, my team played like, we played like this, we did the wrong thing here, like this is so bad, like I'm so upset with myself. It's more like I get upset at my own play only, and if the team plays bad, it's like, you know, it's just a shame, but I don't get too upset at that.